Why are we going backwards? Why are we going backwards, sir? Sir? Sir?
Leaving our training area. Head back to continue our training.
Why were we going backwards? I don't think he took care of it.
Let me help you come back, and let's start over again.
Okay, so it's time to get back in the flight simulator. So we are going to start our career mode path into helicopters today. However, I think we do a little warm-up flight, you know, get the juices flowing. So let's find, I guess, like a 30-minute flight, 45, 30 minutes. Should we go back up to the mountains? When we did a mountain flight yesterday, it was kind of difficult. I felt like there was more like wind action up in the mountains compared to the shore. However, I don't know if that's because of like higher altitude. KMDT. Which one can I search? Oh yeah, dude, I've been to this airport before. Do we have a mission here? Well, we don't have any nearby, but we could do this one. Kind of goes near it. What's this? 30 minutes. Yeah, 30-minute flight. And then this one is also a 30-minute. These are like pretty much the same. Are there? Oh man, that one's going to the taking familiar faces to the local club over Mechanicsburg. I think I'm going to do this one. We're at least a little more lined up this time, but right as I say that, I'm going to jinx it. Okay, I guess I should probably do my flaps now. Yeah, we're still too high. Yeah, we're way too high. Way too high. But I mean, no, I always do that too.
This landing was savage. Is that the right
Another
word?
savage landing. That is something else I've noticed. I always stall right before I hit the ground. All right, here we go. Definitely changing it up, but I want to give this a shot. All right, so in your first helicopter training, you will become familiar with the Cobra G2's rotor system cockpit. You will understand the use of the helicopter flight controls, identify classic six-pack instruments, okay? Become familiar with the features unique to the Cabri, the EPM. This is going to be very interesting. Here we are.
Welcome to the beginning of your rotorcraft journey and our first helicopter lesson. My name is Paul Martin, and I will be your flight instructor.
How about those
I
mountains?
must say, it is a very beautiful time of the year to begin your helicopter trainings at Grenoble Versout Aerodrome.
Where's that
Meet our
at?
trainer helicopter, Cabri G2.
How we doing? Hello,
You
sir.
already know how the flight control surfaces of airplanes work, right? But do you understand how a helicopter turns without ailerons and speeds up without elevator?
No idea.
Here, look at the Cabri's main rotor.
Okay.
This is our main control surface. By tilting the main rotor disc forward, backward, left, or right, we can change the direction of the thrust vector and move the helicopter in the chosen direction.
Okay.
As with most French-designed helicopters, the main rotor blades advance in a
French
clockwise
designed.
direction. What do you think we need the tail rotor for? Walk closer and look at it. By changing the tail rotor's thrust, we can control the direction that the nose of the helicopter points. The Cabri G2 utilizes a fenestron-type tail rotor. It differs from a conventional open-tail rotor by being integrally housed within the tail boom. Now let's continue our training inside the cockpit. Get in and buckle up.
Hold on. Okay. So we need to get in here and buckle up.
Welcome aboard. Don't be surprised that you're sitting on the right side. Unlike in airplanes, pilots typically sit on the right seat in helicopters.
Interesting. So it's
Now,
like we're in England.
let's make you familiar with the Cabri's flight controls.
Oh, wow.
Look here, this is what we call the collective lever, or simply collective.
This thing?
We use collective to climb or descend, or in other words, to control our vertical speed.
Okay.
Try raising it up and lowering it down.
Okay, can I do this here?
Make sure to leave it in the most downward position.
Okay, so it's
Here's
still...
what we call the cyclic stick, or just cyclic.
Okay. Sounds like it needs a little WD-40.
It looks similar to the airplane's stick, doesn't it? It behaves very similarly too, at least in a forward flight. Left or right inputs cause the helicopter to roll into a turn, and forward and back inputs change the pitch attitude. Try moving it left and right, forward and aft. On the top of the cyclic stick, you can see a cyclic trim knob. The Cabri uses a dual-axis electric trim. Allows you to completely release the
How do I
static
do the
forces
trim?
in flight, both longitudinal and lateral. Try pushing the knob left and right, forward and
Okay.
aft.
How do we adjust? So what is this? The trim lateral? Let me see what this is for the controls of my flight stick. Right, trim. Button 11. Okay, so it's that one there. Actually, wait, where? Oh, it's that one. Okay. Wait, are they both the same thing? False?
And finally, the anti-torque pedals, located in the same place as the rudder
Huh.
pedals in an airplane. They serve a similar purpose controlling the direction that the nose of the aircraft points.
Okay.
In a hover flight, they help you to control yaw and heading. But in forward flight, they serve the same purpose as in airplanes, adjusting the side slip angle. Try pushing the left and right pedals one after the other, and look at them in the process. Sounds pretty easy so far, isn't it? Let's have a look at the instrument panel. I'm sure you have already spotted what we call the six-pack. 6 primary instruments all airplanes also have. Look at the altimeter, for instance.
Okay. Okay. I feel like that's probably gonna make more sense to me once I'm like actually in the air. Thank you for the tips, but
As
yeah,
you see, the ground elevation
it's probably gonna
here
make a
is
lot
around
more
720
sense.
feet. An interesting fact
Okay.
related to altitudes. In forward flight, a helicopter can fly much higher than when it's hovering. After
Okay.
our hovering training, you will understand why it's like that.
Okay.
Now look at the airspeed indicator. What can we learn just by looking at it? You can see right away that the indications start from 20 knots. The caution range lasts up to 45 knots, and you should never exceed 130 knots airspeed.
Okay.
Why should we be cautious when flying slow? I will show why in our next training. Now, would you please look at the vertical speed indicator? It
Okay.
is very important to monitor VSI, especially on descent. If you descend faster than 300 feet per minute at low airspeed, you may settle your helicopter into its own downwash. This is
All right,
called a
man.
vortex ring state.
Much love,
and
brother.
It is an
Thank
emergency
you.
situation you will eventually learn to deal with.
Thank you for
For
stopping in,
now,
man.
simply get used
Good
to
to see
monitoring
you.
your VSI, just like you monitor altitude, airspeed, and engine parameters. Another thing to remember while flying is to keep the fuselage in the correct streamline position. For that, we monitor the turn coordinator ball, just like we do in airplanes. Or the more sensitive indicator, the yaw string, just like we do in gliders. The ball and the yaw string should be kept in the center.
Oh, look at
We
that.
won't use other classic instruments much in our trainings, because we will mostly fly by visual references.
Okay.
However, you do need to know about the EPM, which stands for Electronic Pilot Monitor. Let's start the engine and avionics to see it running.
Okay. How do we start? How do we start it up, sir? I got you, man. Sir, you could have... Yeah, what happened to my little tips in the top?
Performance and limits at a glance. We will refer to the power indications a lot in our trainings. Okay, enough talking. Time to get up in the air and fly.
Oh boy.
In our next training, you will have your first taste of piloting a Cabri G2.
Fun stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead. Oh gosh.
Here we are, flying
Here
along
we
the
go.
Grezivon Valley in the French Alps. Look around while I am piloting. On your left-hand side, you can see the Belladon mountain range. And on your right-hand side, there are the Chartreuse Mountains.
Tori?
Beautiful, aren't they?
That is accurate.
On the count of 3, I will give you control of the helicopter. Prepare to slightly push cyclic forward to maintain.
Let's sort of GoFundMe for a
3, 2,
track
1.
IR.
It's yours now.
It's yours now.
Using the cyclic, keep the helicopter in a straight and level flight along the Isar River you can see below. I will take care of the collective control and maintaining the altitude, so you can focus on our speed and ground track. Reach cruise speed of 80 knots. Push the cyclic to speed up.
I don't need
or pull
track
the
IR.
cyclic to slow down.
I know, but I want it. Okay, what do you want me to do? Reach the river bend? Sell you my Utobi? Okay. So we're just kind of hovering right now, right? Wait, what did he say to do? Oh, really? That's kind of neat. Ooh, I might have to check that out. The Toby is not free. Spoiler alert. So we need to reach what, 80? So we're really pushing forward here.
Now try to
Really?
maintain 80 knots through all maneuvers. To maintain the same speed, try to remember the position of the horizon line and maintain it visually in the same place.
Okay.
Don't make sure you are flying with the same speed.
I'm doing exterior view right now because... There we go.
Keep flying straight
So
until the river begins
that's for
curving to the
airspeed.
right. See how you always need to keep the cyclic deflected to maintain the same attitude? After you've found a proper cyclic position, use the cyclic's trim to release static forces.
Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing I need to... Oh boy. Oh wow. Okay. This is a helicopter, Joe. There you go.
Here we are. Let's try some turns now.
Okay.
You see the river is turning right? Try to fly above the river and turn right together with its curve.
Alright, what do you want me to do? Turn right? Oh, man. Woo!
There you are.
There you are. Okay. Sorry, I see you all talking in chat. I'm like locked in right now. Can't get up to 80. Should we like incline and then decline? Okay, we're gaining speed now.
You are leaving our training area.
Sorry.
Back to continue our training. We went too far from our training area. Let me take us back.
How did you freeze us? He's a
Here
wizard.
we are. Let's try some turns now.
He froze us.
You see the river is turning right. Try to fly above the river.
Oh, he wants us to follow the river. Okay.
There you are.
Okay. Keep that nose down.
Now make a sharp left turn following the river line. But this time try to make the turn coordinated. Don't forget to use pedals to avoid any slip and skid, just like in airplanes.
Well, a little rough. It's okay. Y'all left and y'all right. Oh. Rudder left, okay. I think we already did that, so it's a little rough. Y'all do. Hey, anybody new in here? It's probably painful to watch me trying to fly, but Ibanez Player, Fearless Gaming, Outdoor Tory, they're actually, they know what they're doing in Flight Sim.
We went too far from our training
So go
area.
check them out.
Let me take us back. Here we are. Let's try some turns now.
My flying is for entertainment purposes only.
Above the river and turn right together with its curve.
I am trying to like get a grasp of it though. So there is like some seriousness to it. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, man. Of course, man.
Now make a sharp left turn following the river line. But this time try to make the turn coordinated.
But yeah, they're all great guys.
To avoid any slip and skid.
Quality content. I like to provide quality content in a different way. Being a complete idiot sometimes. But it's okay. Especially with you, Pentagon.
Pressure on the controls you need to control a helicopter.
Wait, what did he say?
Let's do something you never do in airplanes.
Tell me.
Let's bring our airspeed to 0 knots.
Whoa,
Gently
it's
pull the cyclic back until you reach 0 knots.
0 knots? Imagine. Now, what is the cyclic again? S. Oh, that's just like the stick. Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Ugh. Idiot.
What's up, Napoleon? Oh, thanks. That is my wife. She
This is called hovering out of ground effect.
she said she's
Feels
going to stream
interesting for
sometime.
airplane pilots, doesn't it? Keep the cyclic back to maintain 0 knots airspeed. Now try to use your trim to move the neutral position of your cyclic.
It's Christmas.
You can trim the helicopter
Merry
when you
Christmas.
hover, when you climb,
Merry Chrysler.
or when you are in cruise. This releases the forces on the stick and lets you better feel the controls. This is called hovering out of ground effect. Feels interesting for airplane pilots, doesn't it? Now try to use your trim to move the neutral position of your cyclic. Nice. You can trim the helicopter when you hover, when you climb, or when you are in cruise. This releases the forces on the stick and lets you better feel the controls. But just when you thought flying helicopters is all easy...
Oh, I'm
I wanna
sorry. Why
admit
did
that
I hit my
currently
mute
helping
button
you
by
stay in your
accident?
helicopter.
Sorry.
You see, since we slowed down, the airflow
Sorry.
over the tail is not
No
enough to
hands, Mom.
counteract the helicopter's
No
rotating
hands.
tendencies anymore. So I keep pushing the right pedal and adjusting our cyclic a little to stabilize our flight. Let me show you what happens when I stop helping you.
Oh gosh. No, why'd he stop? Why did he stop?
Okay, I'm assisting you again. Don't let these rotating tendencies scare you. It is a fun challenge, and you will master it in no time during our next trainings. As for our today's lesson, I believe a little more practice with maintaining the correct speed would do you good. I would even recommend reviewing your
You
old
getting
airplane
dizzy?
trainings.
You getting
related to
dizzy yet?
attitude and turns.
You getting dizzy yet? All right, let me catch up a little bit, man. Yeah, I'm very intrigued by the helicopters. Like seriously, I am. All right, so what is this? Nah, we're gonna keep going. It's our Friday, so the collective lever is our key to vertical flight. In this training, you will practice taking off to a hover.
Welcome to our first hovering lesson.
Oh boy.
To hover in ground effect means to maintain a constant position a few feet.
What
above
happened
the
to
ground.
Ashley?
It is not as easy as it sounds. In fact, hovering a helicopter is challenging.
She was more
It's
pleasant.
like trying to pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time. The
Oh,
helicopter
gosh.
has 3 highly sensitive controls, but at first I will be giving you only one control at a time to handle. Your first control to master will be the collective lever. Remember, it is located on the left side of your seat.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Whatever. I have that figured
Controls
out.
your height above the ground. We will use it to take off to a hover. When you raise the collective control, the pitch angles of the main rotor
Thanks,
blades
Pentagon.
increase. This increases lift, and the helicopter climbs. When you lower the collective, pitch angles decrease. This decreases lift, so the helicopter descends. Easy, right? Another thing we will need today is the EPM, which stands for Electronic Pilot Monitor. You might remember it from our previous lesson.
Okay. This thing.
Today you will learn monitoring power percentage with a multiple limit indicator.
Or, yeah. Yeah, I think it has like what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, like 8. Because you can do
The
the
most important thing
diagonals.
to remember about power indications is to never go over 100%. You can read more about that subject in the briefing notes.
This thing, I'm assuming.
Okay, enough lecturing. Time to fly.
Oh gosh.
Before taking off,
Here we go.
always check that all gauges are green and that we have enough fuel.
Ain't got no gas in it.
As you can see, the tank is half full. This is more than enough for our training. Now look left and right to make sure we don't have people or vehicles approaching.
Alright, I think we're
All
good.
And we are clear to go. You have collective control now. Slowly raise it to the point where we become light on skids. This will be around 65% of available power. Be careful. First, you won't see any reaction to your movement, but power will catch up soon.
I almost wonder if I can set my little hat stick to do like almost like a free camera, because it does like shortcuts to positions. It would be nice if I could just do it like freely. Oh, you can? That's something I'm gonna have to look into. I think I'll deal with it for right now. We'll just zoom out a little bit so we can see more of everything. Okay.
That was a little too strong.
Whoa.
Remember, the collective is sensitive and power changes have some inertia. Lower the collective all the way down extremely slowly and try again. You will get there.
Okay, I think we just look at
Move
our
the collective just a little more to get to 2 feet altitude hover.
titled camera
Don't
look.
let us moving laterally. Today I will take care of that.
Alright, hold on. Now we're going up again. Hold on. Man, it is very sensitive. Wow. That is so sensitive.
You are leaving our training area. Head back to continue our training.
What? What do you mean?
We're way out of our training area. Let me help you come back, and let's start over again.
Thank you. Alright, anyway.
You have collective control now. Slowly raise it to the point where we become light on skids. This will be around 65% of available power.
Okay, so
Be careful. First, you won't see any reaction to your movement, but power will catch up soon.
Okay. We're going up. I am being so sensitive. You want to go? There we go. Okay.
Now move the collective just a little more to get to 2 feet altitude hover. And don't mind us moving laterally. Today I will take care of that.
Oh man. Why are we going backwards? Why are we going backwards, sir? Sir? Sir?
Leaving our training area. Head back to continue our training.
Why were we going backwards? I don't think he took care of it.
Let me help you come back, and let's start over again. You have collective control now. Slowly raise it to the point where we become
where is our
This will be around 65% of available power.
which one is the height
Be
again?
careful. First, you won't see
Vertical
any reaction
speed.
to your movement, but power will
Altitude?
catch up
Yeah,
soon.
altitude. Okay, so that's our altitude.
Now move the collective just a little more to get to 2 feet altitude hover. And don't mind us moving laterally. Today I will take care of that.
Why are we going in a spin, sir?
That was too hard of an impact. Let's make another attempt. You have collective control.
Why
now.
are we spinning?
Slowly raise it to the point where we become light on skids.
Let's try
will be
this.
Around 65% of available power. Be careful. First, you won't see any reaction to your movement, but power will catch up soon.
I think he does. I kind of like this view because I can see everything better.
Now move the collective just a little more to get to 2 feet altitude hover. And don't mind us moving laterally. Today I will take care of
No.
that.
I'm gonna just take my hand off my joystick. 2 feet altitude. Okay, yeah, my hand's off by joystick now. Slow down. Whoa! That's what I thought, but... Wait, it's snowing? To the moon, right? The altitude it's in the bottom right, correct? Reach 2 feet of altitude. That's what I thought. Wow.
Keep hovering at 2 feet now. You are higher than 2 feet now. Lower the collective a little. You see, since we are hovering
It
so
is so
low,
sen-
the altimeter will be not useful.
I might have to
Altitude
adjust my
keeps on
throttle
moving outside.
sensitivity.
You are lower than 2 feet now. Raise the collective a little bit.
Unless it's like
2 feet
realistic.
is approximately 1/3 of the length of the Cabri skid. You are lower than 2 feet now. Raise the collective a little bit. You are higher than 2 feet now.
Wow.
Lower the collective a little. You are lower than 2 feet
Like,
now.
we're talking about
Raise the collective a little bit. You are higher
half
than
a
2 feet
centimeter.
now. Lower the
I'm like
collective a little.
moving this thing. I mean, it's not really
You are lower than 2 feet now. Raise the collective
accurate
a little
sort of measurement.
bit. You are higher than 2 feet now.
Oh my
Lower the
gosh.
collective a little. You are higher than 2 feet now. Lower the collective a little.
So it's almost like you have to dance with the collective. Thing. Need a bigger throttle.
The main trick of the
We
hovering
got it.
challenge
Let's
is
go.
to move the controls as gently as possible. When you find a proper
I
collective
took
position, you don't need to keep adjusting it, given that we are not moving and there is no wind like today. Look around and memorize how 2 feet of altitude looks. Also, look at the power indications and memorize the number. This is the amount of power required for hovering in ground effect, and it depends on lots of factors such as our weight and the weather.
Sure.
But you may find it useful to remember this number for our training today. Now let's see how little you should increase power to hover at 8 feet altitude. Gently raise the collective just enough to get to 8 feet altitude. and
Ground
stop
effect.
there.
Okay, so that's what that term means. I know some of the guys around here, like the flight sim guys, they have said that term before, and I didn't know what it meant, but I do now. Thank you. So now we want 8 feet. Don't know.
Great. You are getting more and more confident with collective control. Keep hovering at 8 feet while I am talking. Look around and try to remember how 8 feet altitude looks like. It is an important altitude. You should avoid climbing higher when you hover in ground proximity. We will talk about it more in our later trainings, but for now, just remember, if your engine quits when you are higher than 8 feet and you don't have enough airspeed, you won't be able to land safely. So whenever you hover stationary in ground proximity or hover taxi, stay below 8 feet and and you will be safe.
Gotcha. Whoa.
Now let's go back to a 2-foot hover. Still remember which power indications to aim for?
I forgot I can do this. Can I adjust the sensitivity stuff up here?
There you are. I can see that now you understand sensitivity and inertia of the collective lever much better.
I don't know how we did that adjusting our sensitivity, but I'll take that.
Remember to always stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude before touching
Ooh,
the
what
ground.
about this? The dead zone. Wonder if that would help us. All right, we're on the ground now. Nope. I'm assuming this is similar to what it's like to actually be in flight school, like for like helicopters. Oh, we are almost there. Okay.
Now, very gently lower the collective control until you find yourself firmly on the ground.
Who knew I'd be so locked in trying to hover 2 feet above the ground?
You just did your first landing from a hover. I think a little more practice with the collective will do you good.
Locked in. That actually, me adjusting the dead zone, just that dead zone setting, it felt a little better. Okay. I don't think, yeah, I think so. Remove input from. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. I really just, I feel like a lot of starting out flight simming, it's getting your controls right and feeling good too. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but pedals. All right, so let's go ahead and start this. Because I know when I was using my controller, it was so sensitive and it was very, very difficult. I did do a free flight with this chopper. Dude, I've actually played DCS. Fearless here. We're actually like cousins and know each other IRL. And he let me try out DCS and VR. It was insane. Insane.
Welcome to the second part of our hovering training series. This time you will get familiar with anti-door pedals. I will be helping you at first, but by the end of this training session, you will be in full control over our heading.
Okay.
Let's start with taking off to a hover. You already know how to do that. Before raising collective, always check that all gauges are green, we have enough fuel, and there are no obstacles nearby. All good. You have collective control now. Gently raise it, get light on the skids first, and only then take off to a 2-foot hover.
Gosh, here we go. I want to adjust that. Nice. I'm gonna be on this practicing with the helicopter. Oh,
Here you go. It is nice to see you are getting more and more confident with
oh,
collective
dude,
control.
adjusting that dead
Stabilize
zone.
hover at 2 feet altitude.
I think that helped.
Let's move on to the anti-torque pedals now. Look,
The
they're located in
anti-twerk
the same
pedals?
position as the rudder pedals in airplanes. They also serve similar purpose, which is controlling the direction where the nose of the aircraft points. Only that in helicopters it happens due to increasing or
I know.
reducing the thrust produced by the tail rotor. Try to gently apply pedals one after the other, and you will see how the nose yaws in the direction of the applied pedal. Easy, isn't it? Now try to turn toward the helicopter parking on your right-hand side. Apply the right pedal to start the turn, and the left one to stop at the required heading. Pretty good. When making pivoting turns, try to make one smooth movement, and then stop exactly at the desired heading. Now turn 90 degrees left, back to our original heading toward the runway and away from the hangars. Easy, right? Keep in mind that we use pedals to make turns like that only when hovering. We call it pedal turn. In cruise, we change
call
the
it pedal
direction
turn.
of flight using the cyclic stick, while pedals are used only for adjusting the side slip angle, like in airplanes. By the way, remember our briefing? There is a torque effect caused by our rotor rotating clockwise, and we use pedals to eliminate this rotating tendency. Until now, I was assisting you with the anti-torque control, so you would be able to try changing heading without additional stress of fighting the torque. It is time for you to have full pedal control.
Oh, no.
On the count of 3, I will stop assisting you with anti-torque. Remember, our rotor rotates clockwise, which means the torque effect will immediately turn our nose left.
Yeah.
You will have to press the right pedal to counteract that torque. Ready? You'll be given full pedal control in 3, 2, 1, now. Try to maintain our original heading toward the runway. It is all a matter of finding a good position for the pedals which counteracts the torque.
We're doing the things.
You're doing good.
Hey.
Now let's turn 90 degrees left, toward the edge of the trees on the left-hand side. Yes, the helicopter will try to turn there itself, as soon as you ease your right pedal pressure.
Dude, I might get some carpal tunnel on my joystick with this thing. Oh, man. Alright. I know that was extreme. I was adjusting my grip.
With small, gentle pedals movements, try to keep our nose heading toward the edge of the trees.
I've been thinking about getting a mount for my flight stick.
Good.
To go on my desk.
Better and better. Let's now slowly turn right all the way to the helicopter parking, which is behind our back now.
Really?
Crashing wasn't in our plans for the training. Let's start over again.
No, we have to do it all over again?
Let's move on to the anti-torque pedals now.
Okay.
Look, they're located in the same position as the rudder pedals in airplanes.
Oh, we have to start over.
They also serve similar purpose.
Once I got to this part in the training, I quickly learned how difficult it can be to control a helicopter. We are doing a time lapse here of just me struggle busing to get this section done of the training. However, we didn't realize that it was a glitch or something where the guy was not, well, not really the guy, it was a game. The assists were all from the get-go, which, I mean, it's okay because we need to learn without the assists anyway, but yeah, so this took quite some time during my streams.
Now, gently lower the collective control until you find yourself firmly on the ground. Congratulations. You landed.
There we go. Yeah, see, I
I
feel like it was like some sort of glitch.
I would recommend you to spend a little more time practicing cyclic control.
Because I did that 2 times before just now. We did it though. Yeah, I think it was a glitch, like 100%, because I mean we did that twice and it was just stupid.